We'll start with El Hombre Pájaro, the Birdman of Nuevo León. That's a state in Mexico. There have been many sightings and tales going back to the early 20th century. And also, there's more recent stuff. For example, there's this photo taken by a tourist in 2018, which caused a big stir online. So, why all of these sightings of the Birdman in Nuevo León? The majority of these sightings take place in the Cumbres de Monterrey National Park. It's a mountainous region, so there are birds of prey that you're not going to see in the city. It's a national park, so you have tourists from the city going into an unfamiliar environment that is overwhelming in many ways. It's beautiful, it's remote, it's potentially dangerous. This area also has a rich folklore. For example, there's La Lechuza, a witch that transforms into a giant owl. And there's also media reinforcement of the legend of the Birdman. So the tourists are psychologically primed to see something strange. I also found an article which suggested that the Birdman legend dates back to the first manned flights that would have taken place around the nearby city of Monterrey in the early 1910s. The locals obviously would have been amazed, but were confused by local newspaper reports that referred to the pilot as an hombre pájaro, or a birdman. Misunderstandings and gossip can build a legend over time. Next is the Popobawa, that's batwing in Swahili, which is an evil spirit that is said to sweep down at night to attack its sleeping victims. Sightings were reported on Zanzibar and in cities on the East African coast. The Popobawa apparently suffocates or anally rapes men and women. In 1995, there was a flap of sightings and reports, and as the attacks mounted, a general panic set in. The Popobawa seems to be partially caused by cases of sleep paralysis, and the monster is a manifestation of anxiety related to political tension and sexuality. The sightings flared up during Ramadan and elections. There's this book by Katrina Daly Thompson. It says that the Popobawa is a contemporary trickster that allows those who talk about him either to support or transgress social norms, and that Popobawa discourse allows people to reinforce or critique taboo topics such as female sexuality and African or Muslim homosexuality. Okay, we'll do a couple of similar cases together quickly. The Flatwoods Monster. In 1952, in Flatwoods, West Virginia, several locals reported seeing a bright object streak across the sky and land. Upon investigating, they encountered a tall, humanoid figure with glowing eyes and a spade-shaped head, later dubbed the Flatwoods Monster. And we have the Owl Man of Monan. In 1976, near the village of Monan in Cornwall, England, two young girls reported seeing a large owl-like humanoid with glowing red eyes near the local church. This creature, later dubbed the Owl Man, drew comparisons to the Mothman due to its eerie appearance and ominous presence. There are several articles suggesting that both of these cases are misreported sightings of owls and or meteors. Owls get the blame for everything. Some were even trying to blame an owl in the Kathleen Peterson case. To finish, let's look at some of the similarities between the Mothman of Point Pleasant in the 1960s and Spring Heel Jack in London in the 1830s. Both were mysterious humanoid figures. Both defied natural explanation, exhibiting supernatural traits like flight or impossible agility. Both were interpreted as omens or otherworldly beings. Their appearances sparked widespread panic, fueled by vivid eyewitness accounts and intense media coverage. Psychologists suggest these legends arise from social anxiety during periods of upheaval, industrialization in Jack's era, and Cold War tensions during the Mothmans. The creatures may reflect deep-seated fears transformed into myth through rumour, sensational reporting, and collective imagination. Many of the examples that I covered in this video emerged during times of social tension. The monster appears humanoid yet otherworldly. Its wings, glowing eyes, claws, supernatural agility all embody our primal fears. Psychologically, these cryptids may represent collective anxiety shaped by folklore, trauma, and our need to explain the unknown. Overall, these legends reflect our tendency to project inner turmoil onto external mythic figures. The monsters we see may often be mirrors of the worlds we live in. Ooh.